Hey y'all, it's Jesslyn. Welcome to or back to our channel. Today we are going to talk about a 6-week spring cleaning, eco-minimalism kind of habit building challenge that I've set for our family, and maybe you'd like to do it too. So I don't know about you, but we're not as clean as we'd like to be. Well, it's not so much that we're dirty, it's that we're messy. My husband and I were never like great at this, even before we had kids, and now with our two neurodivergent brains trying to be in charge as adults and barely functioning at adulting sometimes. Plus 3 kids, 6 and under. It's a mess. I'm just gonna be real with you. It's a mess. And I really struggle with that. My brain really needs that whole like empty spaces and clean area. You know what? Decluttered brain, like a decluttered area is a decluttered brain or whatever. It's really, really true for me. My anxiety goes up when things are dirty or messy or just unkempt, just not pretty and nice and cleared off. I need like not a lot of stuff in my, in my space. So our house has gotten a little messy. Sometimes it might not look that way on camera, but behind the scenes is a different story. I've been learning so much about eco-minimalism, which if you don't know what that is, I'll link a little bit and I'll link a good video in the description below, in the doobly-doo. And there's some great videos out there. I think that Shelby Lee, San Antonio vlogger, I think she coined the word eco-minimalism. Anyway, that's where I first heard of it. So I've had eco-minimalism on my mind a lot lately. I've been watching more low waste and zero waste kind of stuff and getting inspired. So between that and kind of wanting to like reclaim play for my kids and get us just in a happier place in our life, a place where my brain can settle down a little bit and not be so cluttered and overwhelmed by just like the silent to-do list of everything telling me, you need to put me away, I need to be cleaned, why did you buy me, what am I doing here, am I trash, am I supposed to be here, I don't know, do I have a home? So I just need all that stuff to quiet down, and I just need a little bit more calm in our home. So I'm going to start a kind of Earth Day inspired, spring cleaning inspired, habit building 6-week challenge. So the 6 habits are: don't put it down, put it away. To try to have less clutter. I am really bad about, especially the kids' homeschool stuff. When we're done, I just put it on the bar, or right now it's kind of like bleeding into the kitchen. If I do put it away, I just kind of shove it into the schoolroom, which has just become sort of a storage area right now because I'm not putting anything away. My husband comes home from work, he puts the mail down on the kitchen counter, he puts his parts down he's an appliance repair guy, he puts his appliance stuff down wherever. We're just both really bad about it, and it's something we could really work on, and I think it would make a huge difference. So the first week, that's going to be what we start doing. Don't put it down, put it away. The second thing we're going to do, week 2, is we're going to continue doing that, and then we're going to focus on spend less, move more. Now, my husband doesn't really need to move more. He does plenty of movement, but for me personally, I do like a little bit of exercise, and a lot of times, I tell you, I am phoning it in. I do like 5 minutes in the morning. I try to always do at least 5 minutes of either yoga, or I love Mama Strong movement. But aside from those 5 minutes in the morning, I often don't find time for myself to move much other than cleaning around the house, which I feel like I do a lot of because it's there's always dishes to do. I do dishes 3 times a day, I feel like, always. And laundry, there's always laundry to do, of course, you know how it is. So, but I do a lot of sitting on the couch also. And what I'd like to do is spend less, buy less things, move around more. They aren't really related, I suppose, except maybe that sometimes when I'm sitting on the couch, I browse the internet for shopping. Although I try not to, we're not big spenders, but we, especially since the pandemic began, we have definitely had more shopping therapy than we need to. But, so yeah, so they're kind of two things that I think will go together. I think moving more will help me spend less because I won't have as much time to just kind of be thinking about buying things and thinking about what we need. We won't need more toys because a lot of what I spend on is kid stuff. I can't spend on me, but I have no qualms spending on the kids. So if I can get out, take some walks, kind of move around more, even if I just do some yoga or get the kids to do kiddo strong with me in the afternoons, just kind of get that second round of movement in. And then also spending less during that same time. So that week, maybe it's 2 habits, but I think spend less, move more. The third habit is simplify. So that third week, I'll continue doing those first 2 weeks, and now I'm going to add simplify, which will be a little bit of decluttering, a little bit of trying to figure out how I can simplify my life, just like routines and things. I mean, how I can simplify my routines, not necessarily using routines in order to simplify. Simplify, you know, like how can I make all the things I have to do every day simpler, whether that's adding a routine someplace where I don't have one, or editing my routine where I do have one, whether it's getting rid of some stuff that we have too much stuff, or just finding homes for the things that we do have. That's going to be some decluttering, some cleaning, some rethinking. It's going to be an important week, kind of focusing more on that minimalism part of the eco-minimalism. Not necessarily getting rid of things, but being intentional about what we do have. The fourth week's habit is probably going to be the hardest one for me. And a lot of it's going to come down to me because I do most of the cleaning for the house. My husband is always happy to help clean. We definitely share the work, but I am home more and have the time to do it. So a lot of the like day-to-day stuff, you know, falls to me to do. And that's fine. That's just how we've broken things up for us, and it works. But I'm not consistent enough with it. and that's okay. I give myself grace, but that habit is going to be to try to be more consistent with my cleaning, not just to make sure. I am consistent with keeping the dishes clean and keeping the laundry clean, not with getting them put away. So part of this week's habit will be to consistently finish the cleaning. So finish the dishes by putting them away instead of leaving them in the sink. Finish the laundry by putting it away instead of leaving it in the laundry basket. You know, so those finishing things. But also kind of finishing the room, right? So like after I've done the dishes, like wipe down the sink and get all the, you know, counters wiped down, that kind of thing, right? So just trying to finish, be consistent. And yeah, so then the other part besides finishing is that I often give myself some mental health days, but maybe a little too often. And then I get behind, and then that further dampens my mental health, and I just kind of continue down a pretty negative spiral there. So I'm going to just try to be more consistent in my cleaning, both in finishing what I start and in starting, making sure that I just do a little bit every day. The fifth week's habit will be dealing with food waste, which will probably, in our case, be composting, trying to figure out some kind of composting, whether it's doing a compost subscription where we can take our compost to somebody, or whether we figure out something here at our own house to compost. But we have so much food waste, and so we need to cut down on how much we waste, which is partially because we've been juicing, so there's a lot of extras there, and we don't save food scraps the best we can to like make broth and things like that. And the kids, we serve them a lot of food and then they don't eat it, so those are all places that we can cut down on food waste. And then what do we do with the food waste we have instead of just throwing it in the trash? Because food waste inside of a plastic bag in a landfill releases methane gas. It doesn't break down as well as it does with composting, and it obviously isn't giving back to the earth the way composting does. So we're going to work on dealing with our food waste and figuring out some kind of compost solution for that 5th week's habit. And then finally, the 6th week, we're going to try to figure out how to have a carbon neutral footprint. So that's gone really far now into the eco-minimalism thing, I think, but I think that that's really important. It's kind of been weighing on me lately, and I've tried making, I'm starting to make swaps. I'm starting to really think more. And what's your favorite thing to say, Matt? You don't do the reduce, reuse, recycle. It's use it up, wear it out, make it do, or do without. I'm not that person. My husband is. God bless him. Uh-oh, he's coming back with a patch. Guaranteed. He ran out of here like a bullet out of a gun. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm getting super Texas on you. Okay, that's not me, that's him, and so I'm gonna try during this time to really like move towards that. I'm not gonna go out and buy a bunch of new stuff and go, but like what we've been doing up till now to sort of lower our waste is like, okay, our plasticware broke, then I'm gonna buy reusable glassware. And so forth. I'm starting to get the idea like, oh, buy secondhand. We already are part of lots of buy nothing groups and things like that. Yeah, I'm working on it. So we've already started. I told you. Use it up, wear it out, make it do or do without. Absolutely. So, you in there, Bims? I don't think you're... There you go. There you go. So we've already sort of started our low waste journey. But I think by combining that idea of wasting less and kind of thinking ecologically, sustainably, and like incorporating that into our life, as well as working on keeping our space cleaner and our spending intentional. Yeah, it's all about intentionality, right? So I want to be intentional about how I'm using my money. I want to be intentional about how I'm keeping my house, and I want to be intentional about how I'm affecting the environment. And so I think that this 6-week challenge will really help me do that. And I think that they're all going to be pretty easy steps, things that I can actually do, right? These are attainable steps, and I would love it if you want to join me. I could really use the support. If nothing else, come and check out how I'm doing. I'll be posting a video about this challenge every 2 weeks to let you check in with how we're doing and to allow you a place to comment if you're following along, to see how you're doing and what's going on with you. So the first 2 weeks, the habits that I'll work on before I do another video and that I would love to have you join me in are: don't put it down, put it away, and spend less, move more. So comment below if you have any great ideas about how to get it in our head to put it away instead of putting it down. If you've been successful at that, if that's something you're great at, please share your key to success. Also, if you've got any ideas on how to keep yourself from spending more, and good ideas for how to get movement in when you've got a gaggle of children with you who may or may not want to go for a walk, who may or may not want to let you work out, please let me know that super important information in the comments too. Also, if this sounds like a cool thing that I'm doing and you're supportive of it and you think it's a great idea, even if you just think it's a great idea for me and my family, I would love a thumbs up. If you think it's a terrible idea, give me a thumbs down. Subscribe if you want to be sure that you catch the next videos in the series, and don't forget to hit the little bell too, because that'll notify you when they come out. Thanks, and see you soon.